Match 7 of the Big Bash League features the Brisbane Heat and the Sydney Thunder. Let's build our fantasy team on My 11 Circle Fantasy Pick on ESPN Cricket Info. I'm Ronald Kapoor and Tom Moody is all set to join me. Right, let's go to our pro tip for this one. And it says that since the start of the 2019 season, the Brisbane Heat have lost the most number of wickets in the Big Bash League. That's 105 in 15 innings to be precise. So pick an extra bowler from the Sydney Thunder given the batting vulnerability of the Heat. Does that make sense to you, Tom?
Oh, look, it does make sense to a certain extent, but you'd hope that the Brisbane Heat run of outs with the bat is going to come to an end because they do have a very good batting lineup. It's just that they have, I think, just misread how to play this format of the game for a period of time. But it's certainly something worth considering in your calculations.
All right, let's go to player availability first up. And we know that Mark Steketee and Jack Wildermuth will complete their Australia A commitments on Sunday. So they might be available for the Brisbane Heat for this fixture. Meanwhile, Mujibur Rahman has tested negative for COVID-19. So that's another player that could be available. And Sam Billings for the Sydney Thunder won't be available due to national commitments. Now, we may not always be able to tip you off of the very latest news on player availability. So do check in after the toss to just have a look at the final playing 11s as always. Let's go to our team. Before that, a quick reminder on the My 11 Circle Fantasy app, 100 credits for every user to build their fantasy team. 4 categories of players to choose from: batsmen, bowlers, wicket keepers, and all-rounders. Every player's individual credit value is listed on the app. You can pick a maximum of 7 players from one team in any given contest, and we'll give you 4 substitute options to help you out just as well. Let's go to our top picks. Our captain choice for this one is Alex Hales. Now, he started this year's tournament with a neat little 41 of 41 ball, 46 rather, and he was the second highest run scorer last season with 576 runs in 17 games. So we're going for the big English top order batsman as our captain choice. Our vice captain option is going to be Daniel Sams. He, of course, was Australia's most recent T20I debutant. He's got a history of doing well in the Big Bash League, highest wicket taker last season. And we did see Daniel Sams start the Big Bash League in his particular fashion, picking up a couple of wickets against the Melbourne Stars. And he could very well be a bowler to look out for, given the Brisbane Heat batting weaknesses that we pointed out in the pro tip. Captain choice, Alex Hales. Vice captain, Daniel Sams. They give you double and 1.5 times the points respectively. So pick them really carefully. Every time the Brisbane Heat play, you won't see Chris Lynn far away from our top picks. He's there again. Now, you see a lot of inexperience in and around Chris Lynn in that Brisbane side. You've got the likes of Brian, Heslett and Lawrence, who combine, if you take the average age, is just 23. So Lynn's got a big responsibility this season, and he's going to feature in our top picks. We know he's got a great record in T20, and Brisbane Heat rely on him big time. Ben Lachlan is there as well, the most prolific bowler in Big Bash League history. He has 110 wickets in 88 games, averaging just over 22. Not the best of starts to this season, wicketless in the last game, but he went wicketless on just 2 occasions of 13 in last year's BBL. So expect Ben Lachlan to fight back. Usman Khawaja left out from the Australia national side, but he'll have something to prove this season in the Big Bash League. Also got a bad one last game with on the umpiring decisions, but a decent BBL last season, scored nearly 400 runs. So he features in our top picks too. Alex Hales as captain, Dan Sams as vice captain, Chris Lynn, Ben Lachlan, Usman Khawaja. Do you like the look of those top picks, Tom?
Yeah, I do like the look and expect Chris Lynn to come back up the order. He batted 3 in that first game, and I think it was a failed experiment. So, it's good to have him, as you say, always in your lineup. Alex Hales is in some form, and also we know what he can do at the top of the order. He also holds down some pretty key fielding positions, so he could be taking some catches as well. So all round, I think you've got some very good picks there.
Yep, he gets you the extra points, Alex Hales. Point well made by Tom Moody. Let's go to our differential picks now. Dan Lawrence features the 23-year-old English all-rounder. It was his BBL debut last game. Spectacularly ended with a direct hit by Hilton Cartwright when he was just on 8, but he's had an exceptional NatWest T20 blast, so we're not going to just drop him out of our side after one game. We've got Callum Ferguson too, the veteran 36-year-old captain of the Sydney Thunder. He announced his retirement from first-class cricket recently to focus on the shorter formats, and he started this season pretty well by scoring 35 ball 54. So Callum Ferguson and Dan Lawrence among our differential picks. Looking at our full team, we've got Jimmy Pearson as a keeper option, Alex Hales as our captain choice, Usman Khawaja, Callum Ferguson, Chris Lynn and Max Bryant. Daniel Sams is our vice captain choice. Dan Lawrence, Jonathan Cook, Nathan McAndrew, and Ben Lachlan. Substitutes bench features Alex Ross, Ben Cutting, Mujibur Rahman, and Jack Wildermuth. Again, check out player availability. And the alternate scenario could be one of either Mujib or Wildermuth to replace Max Bryant, depending on availability. Would you go that way, Tom? And any other suggestions for our viewers?
Yeah, look, if Mujib's available, he's in my playing 11 every single time. You know, he's an incredible bowler and he's had some success with the Heat before. The other one that I would definitely consider is Ben Cutting in that side. So he's definitely one to consider because this is his first year with the Thunder and he's playing against his previous side, the Heat. So there may be some, some grudges to be had there.
All right, fair enough. Ben Cutting, IPL fans know enough of Ben Cutting. Been around such a long time. And that's a good little pick from Tom Moody towards the end. Tom, thank you very much. More from you as the Big Bash League continues to carry on in its opening week. And do check player availability to confirm your fantasy side. We'll be back with plenty more to help you build your fantasy teams on My 11 Circle Fantasy Pick on ESPN Cricket 4.